Chapter 61 Waner, the reincarnation of the Sword Queen. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Evil sword cultivator only had one chance to face him, but he was killed in the air by a dry bombardment. He couldn't even use his escape card. As a villain, you must be prepared to be killed instantly. Waner, are you okay? Asked concernedly. Waner looked at such a strong Gan, and the woman's strong admiration mentality gradually made her feel a sense of dependence on Gan. It's okay. Is it dangerous over there? How do you activate the true form of? Waner asked. Gan took out the sealed evil sword pill. We discovered that Chen, an evil sword cultivator, wanted to fuse this evil sword pill, but Brother Li and I stopped him. Now that has been captured, come with us. On the way to meet Li Zhenhan, Waner blamed herself. Senior brother, I owe you a favor for asking me to bother you. Smiled when he heard this and extended an olive branch. Waner, I am very optimistic about you. In the future, you will definitely surpass Brother Li and become the #1 swordsman in the 3,000 states. When I fucked Waner, I saw the shadow of a future Kendo empress. If cultivates it, it will develop into a member of the clan. For the clan, it can make up for their lack of swordsmanship. The strength of the clan mainly focuses on the dual cultivation of body and law, but they are lacking in Shinto and swordsmanship. Therefore, if Waner rises in the future and helps the clan develop swordsmanship, the clan's comprehensive strength will surely reach a higher level. Waner was stunned for a moment, and then said modestly, Senior brother thinks highly of Waner. I just hope that the gap will not be too big by the clan brother, and I will be satisfied. That's wrong. Shook his head. Brother Li, the young head of the Li family and the senior brother of the Shenyuan sword sect, these two identities are completely different from you in terms of early training resources and environment. If you had been practicing inner sword since you were a child, and had access to the best sword pills, as well as various resources and environments, your current achievements would definitely be higher than Brother Li. Said firmly. Listening to S. sonorous words, Waner also doubted herself. Could it be that if Z also enjoyed the resources and environment of his clan brother, his current achievements in swordsmanship would still be higher than those of his clan brother? But so what, the fantasy is empty. Li Zhenhan's father was the head of the main lineage family, while Waner was born in a branch lineage and lost at the starting line. Seeing Waner's silence, Wanxian suddenly said, Waner, if I swallow the Xie Jian just now and give it to your Tai Xian Jian, do you think the Tai Xian Jian will be assimilated into the Xie Jian? That the result is inevitable. After all, before Xie Jian pill, he could simultaneously assimilate 3 top sword pills that were not weaker than Tai Xian Jian pill. Waner shook her head repeatedly. No, this evil sword pill is too demonic, and the current Tai Xian sword pill can't hold it at all. Waner didn't want to become an evil sword cultivator because of the fusion of evil sword pills, but let Waner become an evil sword cultivator and do what she wants. Waner is not only a core disciple of Shenyuan sword sect, but also the genius of the Li family. If you want to dig out the base of a wall, you must first let the bottom of the wall rot. It's like a woman being poached by a man other than her husband. If the husband and wife are mutually supportive and have a deep relationship, this wall will be indestructible. But if you are a woman, you are easygoing, so you don't need to dig it out, and you will fall down on your own. Obviously, Waner chose the former, which seemed to make her betray Shenyuan sword sect and the Li family. Becoming an evil sword cultivator is definitely a good choice. So I started to do ideological work for Waner. Waner, I am very optimistic about you. If you are determined and stick to your heart, no matter how strong the evil sword pill is, it will not be able to defeat your indestructible sword heart. Besides, even if it is really assimilated, Xie Jianwan is just your tool. A good soldier is an unknown weapon, and the saint cannot use it. Now the era of chaos is coming. If you don't change it, I'm afraid you won't even be able to see me and Senior Brother Li in the future. You have already lost at the starting line. You must change and find another way so that you can keep pace with us. Gan said a lot of truths, and every sentence struck Waner's heart. Looking at the evil sword pill that was sealed in the Gan, from the decisive refusal at the beginning to the hesitation now. Alas, junior sister Waner, as a sword cultivator, how can you be so indecisive? I know your scruples. Since you can't make up your mind, then I will be responsible for the evil. But with that said, Gan untied the seal of the evil sword pill and forced it into Li Waner's purple mansion. Li Waner was shocked. She didn't expect that Dakian would do this. The distance between the two was extremely close, and there was no time to react due to the sudden change. Xie Jianwan, who regained his freedom, relied on his original body to wrap around Tai Xian Jianwan and start devouring and merging. Li Waner immediately sat cross-legged and cooperated with Tai Xian Jianwan to resist. With a smile on his face, he found a hidden place to hide. Kaiyan sat cross-legged in front of Li Waner, meditating to regain his strength and quickly eliminate the period of weakness after using Huang Mar. At the same time, they are waiting for Li Waner, who has become an evil sword cultivator, to appear. Kaiyan soon stopped laughing, because Li Waner really cooperated with Tai Xian Jianwan to suppress Xie Jianwan. It wasn't until this moment that Wu Qian discovered that Li Waner was really the reincarnation of a Kendo Empress. Looking behind Li Waner, who was sitting cross-legged, a terrifying phantom of the Empress appeared, and her appearance was exactly that of Li Waner. Fuck you. You are the daughter of luck. Wang Gan cursed in his heart. He used his immortal eye to check and found that Li Waner's luck pillar was rising into the sky, not inferior to Yi Hao at all. Moreover, the luck pillar was still expanding. A shadow of a peerless sword empress sat cross-legged in the luck pillar. There was a sword pattern totem between her eyebrows, which contained a terrifying sword intent. Because of Wang Gan's accidental actions, Li Waner, who originally needed some time to awaken under a certain opportunity, awakened the fate of the Empress in advance and became the daughter of luck. Wang Gan's eyes were uncertain, and hesitant whether to kill her. After all, as a villain, he was born to stand on the opposite side of all the sons and daughters of luck. What if Li Waner wanted to kill him for various reasons after she rose up? Wang Gan lifted her up and put her down. Fuck. If you don't work, wait until you get the golden ring of the head of the Wang family, and then have a bunch of babies with Li Waner. I don't believe she will turn against me. The daughter of luck, come on. Sooner or later, I will make you degenerate into the daughter of the villain. That Wang Gan didn't come out in the end. Li Waner is not like Yi Hao. She has a moral bottom line, and her body can also be guaranteed. Wang Gan wants to see if he can let the daughter of luck degenerate and become his property. Don't think about how to overthrow the villain, but think about what posture to use to give birth to more babies. To be continued. Don't worry, all the investments of the protagonist will be repaid 10,000 times, and Jianwan's words, the foreign magic sword sealed in the sword tomb controls the origin of the killing road. Is it enough to match the identity of the protagonist? Chapter 62, the deepest part of the sword tomb, the demonic sword that has been sealed for countless. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A long time. I'm a grown-up. Li Waner opened her eyes, filled with surprise. Gan congratulated. Congratulations to junior sister Waner for reaching several higher levels. The road to rise starts today. Then he added, from now on, I will become the peerless Kendo Empress of the 3,000 Dao provinces. Don't forget you, senior brother. Li Waner nodded heavily. This precious evil sword pill and the life-saving grace of my previous senior brother, Waner will always remember it in her heart. Li Waner has a deep memory of Dakian's kindness to her. After all, they are members of the Li family, Xianyuan's sword clan brother, and Li Zhenhan are all weighing down a mountain above their heads. Only Dakian was optimistic about himself and said that he would definitely surpass Li Zhenhan, and he also took action for it, quipped. Forget the favor, Waner, please join our clan. Our clan will give you the best resources. Anyway, Brother Li is the core of the Li family and the Xianyuan sword sect. In fact, testing Li Waner is just like when you want to date a married woman, you first judge her bottom line through physical contact. Li Waner shook her head. How can that be done? I grew up in the Li family and the Xianyuan sword sect. I can give up the place where I was raised for resources. The more Li Waner values love and justice, the more satisfied she becomes. If you are like Yi Hao, even the elders who have great kindness to him from the Shantian god can sell things at will, then you can rest assured, it doesn't matter if you value love and righteousness, just try to find ways to poach someone. This matter is urgent. Li Waner's rise has just begun, and the fate of the girl of luck is beginning to emerge. However, there are always difficulties around the girl of luck, and she is ostracized by others everywhere. For example, when Li Waner's talent exceeds that of Li Zhenhan, will Li Ren, the head of the Li family and Li Zhenhan's relative, let a daughter of his own blood grow up? Another example is when Li Waner's status threatens Xiao Ling'er. As the leader of the Shenyuan sword sect and the father-in-law of Li Zhenhan, would Xiao Yuan gang want to see Li Zhenhan, the rich son-in-law, snatched away by Li Waner? Definitely all kinds of dirty things. When the time comes, when Li Waner becomes disheartened and goes looking for her, she will come looking for her herself. You can also blame the Li family and Shenyuan sword sect for being selfish. After all, the relationship between the Li family and the Shenyuan sword sect has reached perfection, no matter how you look at it. The marriage between the head of the Li family and the daughter of the head of the Shenyuan sword sect is absolutely a perfect match. It is also a perfect marriage for the two supreme swordsmen. Therefore, this incident involving Li Waner will be erased and left as far away as possible. Li Zhenhan arrived soon, bringing Lin Chen, who was tied into a rice dumpling. "Brother, sister, are you okay?" Qian asked Li Zhenhan and Li Waner to rush to Bingdi City first and hand over Lin Chen to the body. He still had things to do at the sword tomb. "Okay, brother, take care of yourself. I always feel that this land of sword graves gives me a very comfortable feeling," Li Zhenhan ordered, and then led Lin Chen straight to Bingdi City. "The reason why I still stay here is because I felt a call when I set foot on this land of sword graves. As we go deeper, the call becomes stronger and stronger." Guessed that there was an opportunity like in Xie Jianwan, and he could not miss it. Moreover, if this external incarnation enters, even if there is a big crisis, the loss can still be accepted. He just had an excuse to abolish the identity of the young clan leader of Kun, and let Shantian Xueli, who was about to reshape his body and possess the blood of the clan, to be precise, Xueli, be the young clan leader. As it goes deeper, found that all the dangers along the way were avoided by him, just like had something to save, opened the way for himself. What will it be? Is getting more and more excited, all the way in, also aware of the attraction of the villain's physique. Those righteous sword pills looked at him with disdain, but the sparse evil sword pills kept approaching. Finally discovered his golden finger. This villain identity also has buff bonus. At least the beings who are opposed to the destiny have a favorable opinion of him. The one who came was rejected by, and was merged with, and sealed it, hoping to create an army of evil sword cultivators. 10. 20. 29. Along the way, he collected 29 evil sword pills, all of which were quite powerful sword pills. TSK. That's it. At most we can build a small team. He was quite satisfied. The deeper you go into this land of sword tombs, the more various heavenly materials and earthly treasures filled with sword intent appear, and the higher their levels are. No matter what, I didn't let it go. Maybe the deepest part of the sword grave is the inheritance of sword cultivation, means practicing swordsmanship. After all, no man who has traveled from Earth has not dreamed of wielding a sword and traveling across the universe. These heavenly materials and earthly treasures are used to help improve the sword's will, so you can get more treasures. Gan has surpassed all the swordsman monsters and arrived at a dark abyss. You're here. It's like greeting an old friend you haven't seen for many years. I stared into the abyss. It was pitch black and no light could be seen, but there is no dark, damp and evil feeling, only the unparalleled hot pure yang atmosphere. Let me feel the abyss I'm looking at, and the dark sun. You, the sun. He said this out of the blue, which fits his current feelings very well. They killed me and suppressed me for countless years. They sealed the decay, but I will live forever. The voice was a little crazy. Wang Gan was not misled by the other party's words and asked directly, I guess you can't break the seal now, so you want to ask me for help. Don't worry about this first. Do you want to introduce yourself? That the black abyss laughed. Good. You are really extraordinary. Wang Jian came from outside the prehistoric world and was regarded as an evil demon from outside the domain. Since they regard Wang Jian as an evil demon, then Wang Jian will show them the evil demon. Now Wang Jian has entered the Tao, slaughtered countless people, and regards all the spirits in the prehistoric world as targets for killing, naturally including you. If you can pass the test of Wang Jian, you will also become a dead soul under Wang Jian. That he thought Wang would show surprise or fear, but Wang actually smiled contemptuously. What are you talking about? You want me to be a villain who is against Huang? You talk as if you are very powerful. You have been trapped for so long and can only jump around and say some harsh words when the seal decays. Don't talk so much nonsense. Tell me your ultimate goal. Do you want to destroy Huang and escape from this universe? He got straight to the point. Chapter 63, Fellow Earthman, 2D Enthusiast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Gugan thought that there was a great legend deep in the sword tomb, but it turned out to be a far cry from the system. It was as if the system was attractive to him. Black Abyss did not expect Gugan's speech to be so perverted. After a long silence, he said, "We must destroy those old guys who sealed us. They should be dead now, so we must kill all their descendants." Now Black Abyss changed his self-proclaimed name from this sword to you. It was so awesome that he directly stated his goal. It's embarrassing. I thought you were going to kill through the entire universe. Gugan was more and more contemptuous. Black Abyss asked, "From your tone, you seem to have great abilities." Black Abyss was a little sure of Gugan and was too confident in him. The reason why Gugan was confident was that the person who was talking to Black Abyss was an incarnation. If the main body was here and his life was under his control, Gugan would have called him a senior. Let's talk about that first. If you follow me, I guarantee you can achieve your goal, but you need to wait for a while. You have been sealed here for countless epochs, so you can't wait for a while. First, tell me why you chose me and why you called me here. Gugan asked. Gugan felt that he was the same as the protagonist, with a great character, and all the treasures were vying to recognize him as their master. The answer is very simple, because Gugan is a villain, born to be liked by the heaven, and he is extremely talented, so he was naturally favored by the Black Abyss. How to say it? He is not the big villain at the end of the novel, but a villain who grows up with the protagonist, which is equivalent to the protagonist's nemesis. However, Xiao is dead, Chen is also disabled, and only Gugan has grown up. Gugan understood. It seems that he had thought too much. Okay, how can I help you remove the seal? Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask you, do you have a real sword or a sword pill? Gugan asked. This will determine whether Gugan will take the path of external sword cultivation or internal sword cultivation in the future. I have a real body, and I can also turn into a sword pill. Both are invincible. A proud voice came from the Black Abyss. Gugan hit. Brother Woody, don't say invincible. If you are really invincible, you will be trapped here for countless epochs. The way to unlock the seal is very simple. Gugan only needs to catch some creatures and throw them into the abyss, let them drink blood, and they can recover some of their physical strength and directly break the seal with the avenue of killing. Before unsealing the seal, Gugan asked again, "Will you devour your master?" That he answered without thinking, "If you don't satisfy me, or if you can't accept my killing path, I will kill you." Gugan smiled with satisfaction. That's right, a magic weapon that wants to devour its master is a good magic weapon. Bingdi City, more and more Taoist leaders gathered outside the city, and none of them acted rashly. In the sky above the city of Bingdi, it was a group of Wang family guests led by the legendary sword cultivators. They were all extremely powerful, and their cultivation was at least above the Xingdi realm, and there were also many strong men in the Wang family who had survived the Thunder Tribulation and became Xingdi realm masters. At this time, the Wang family was stronger than the Supreme Taoist at that time, but it was definitely stronger than many Daoist sections. Just the legendary sword-cultivating couple is enough to make the leaders of the major sects pay attention to the Wang family and treat the Wang family as a piece of cake. At this time, the Wang family is basically safe. Just pay some more benefits to survive this disaster safely, continue to grow and develop in the future, and be far from becoming the supreme sect. Moreover, the family can have a legendary sword-cultivating couple in charge. At least when they are in the Wang family, other sects dare not mess around, although such a pair of legendary sword-cultivating couples seems to be only in the ancient fairyland. As a figure who suppressed the heroes in the past era of the 3000 Daozhou, no old monster dares to try their swords to see if they still have the power to kill themselves. Without a first-class bird, they can only wait for the head of the Wang family to come in person and pay some benefits. After that, some Other sects can go to discuss cooperation and build a teleportation array in Zhuodao realm to connect the trade between Sanqian Daozhou and Zhuodao realm. After all, many territories in Zhuodao realm are inhabited by creatures with low intelligence such as strange beasts and fierce beasts, and there is still a lot of room for development. Only Gugan's eyes were full of sinister calculations. Wang family master may be a fellow countryman from Earth. In the depths of Bingdi city, a man in a long robe came with a confident smile on his face. Beside him, there was also a woman with a very unique temperament, who was somewhat similar to Shiyuan's aura. I guess she was the goddess who descended on Zhuodao realm. Looking at the two of them talking and laughing, they looked like a couple, but the man in the long robe had agreed for beauty in his eyes, and the goddess, although her attitude was very enthusiastic, her eyes were full of disguised disgust. When the man in the long robe appeared above the city of Bingdi, he looked at the countless creatures outside, surrounding the city tightly, and there was no panic on his face. On the contrary, his eyes kept scanning the women outside the city of Bingdi, to be precise, the females. He especially lingered on Shiyuan beside Gugan, as if he had found a treasure. Gugan noticed that although this guy was a human, his eyes only swept over human beauties, and he would also linger on the female Suzaku, the female Jinwu, and the female Zhenlong who showed their true bodies. This made Gugan feel a chill. This guy is probably a pervert. In order to reproduce the family, he really refuses all the major races. The cultivation of the head of the Wang family has just broken through the Xingdi realm. He waved his hand and removed the holy array and the artifact. The Twin Flower City was revealed. The old monsters will not fight again, and they have already recognized the comprehensive strength of the Wang family. The young old monster entered the Twin Flower City and went to visit the legendary sword cultivators. He was very polite. "My friends, you are a guest. Wang has arranged a banquet at the Wang family to welcome you." The head of the Wang family clasped his fists. At this point, the rulers of other sects can only give up and choose to get along with the Wang family in a peaceful way. The artifact is precious, but the supreme sect has a profound foundation. Over the long years, there are more or less. However, if they want to accept the Wang family and become one of the 3,000 Daozhou, they must show some sincerity. The Wang family is located deep in the city of Bingdi. Its architectural style makes Gugan sure that this is definitely a fellow Earthling. However, what surprised him a little was that there were a few trees with pink petals planted in the Wang family mansion, some of which looked like cherry trees. Could this fellow Earthling be a fan of the second dimension? Gugan was a little suspicious. However, the possibility is still quite large. After all, there are not many novels about otakus who suddenly die and travel through time. Facing Gugan's scrutiny, the head of the Wang family also looked at Gugan with his eyes slightly narrowed. Gugan could feel that he was emitting murderous aura towards himself, and he was very kind. To be continued. Chapter 64 Ancient Tribes and Dogs are not allowed to enter. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ha! Gugan sneered in his heart. The reason why the head of the Wang family is so hostile to him is mainly because of the ancient battlefield. If it weren't for the ancient clan in power, and the alliance of the 5 major Taoist sects, the Taixing Holy Land, the Xianyuan Sword Sect, the Taishu Immortal Dynasty, and the Li family, I'm afraid all the opportunities in Chongqing Lake will belong to him. The hatred has been formed, and he wants to get the golden finger on the other party. Will Gugan let him go just because he is a fellow countryman on Earth? The character of the fellow countryman on Earth is also good and bad. Gugan likes this person very much, and it will be a psychological burden to kill him. Keep staring at me, let's see how long you can be arrogant. Gugan smiled. The head of the Wang family snorted coldly, entered the Wang family mansion, and hosted the reception banquet because he was stared at by Gugan. How shameless! The ancients and dogs are not allowed to enter. A beautiful woman from Xingyuan realm who was in charge of reception stopped Gugan at the door of the mansion. The beauty was wearing a Japanese kimono. It was easy to guess that it was the work of the head of the Wang family. Such admiration for Japanese culture made Gugan more determined to kill this person. Especially this sentence, "the ancients and dogs are not allowed to enter," reminded Gugan of a national humiliation incident. Chinese and dogs are not allowed to enter. Gugan was so angry that he laughed, and he raised his hand and squeezed the beautiful woman from Xingyuan realm into a pool of bloody mud. "Ah!" the other Wang family members exclaimed, Looking at Gu Gon with eyes full of resentment and hatred, the leaders of other sects saw this scene and cast a look of watching a good show. How dare you, a mere barbarian from the lower realm, insult the three Daozhou without a Taoist lineage? Gu Gon's voice was cold, but the other Taoist lines in the three Daozhou were now on the same side with Gu Gon. Patriarch Gu, the Wang family said that your Gu clan and dogs were not allowed to enter, and they were quite respectful to them. Inside the gate of the mansion, two coolly dressed beautiful girls stood beside the master of the Wuji Immortal Palace, serving him very comfortably. Yes, Patriarch Gu, don't involve us in your conflict with the Wang family. The leaders of the young Taoist lines all added insult to injury. In the ancient battlefield before, the Gu clan benefited the most, and they were always upset. Seeing Gu Gon being humiliated here now, they felt so happy. Regarding Gu Gon killing people at the door of the Wang family's emperor-level guest official surrounded him. Dao Yu, why did you kill someone? As both of them were in the realm of Xingdi, they could beat Gu Gon, but they hadn't thought about it. As the patriarch of the Gu clan, Gu Gon was also unmatched in combat power in the same realm, but Gu Gon didn't show up. As the patriarch of the Gu clan, it was still someone else's turn to use his power to suppress others. An old man appeared behind Gu Gon, and the terrifying pressure of the Changzhou realm swept over, instantly suppressing the Wang families. Xingdi realm great man on the spot. I am Gu Nye from the Gu clan. I just heard someone from your Wang family say, the Gu clan and dogs are not allowed to enter, this clan should be destroyed. Gu Nye's tone was calm, as if he was just explaining a trivial matter. The next moment, in the sky of Bingdi City, a statue of the Gu clan that was far larger than the area of Bingdi City appeared, and it pointed towards Bingdi City and crushed it. At this moment, all the living beings in the city of Bingdi seemed to see the deceased beckoning to them. The appearance of the giant of the Changzhou realm is the ultimate peak combat power under the three Dao states. Even if there is a group of powerful people who have just broken through the Xingdi realm, they are still just ants under this terrifying Dharma image. The faces of the legendary sword cultivators also changed. They didn't understand why the Changzhou realm existence of the ancient clans suddenly appeared. Dao Yu, please calm down. The sword cultivators and Taoists both drew their swords to resist the fall of this finger. They didn't directly use their swords to destroy the Dharma image, but wanted to make enemies with it. If a Wui Dao sect is determined to destroy the Wang family, even if they have their own husband and wife in charge, the Wang family will inevitably be wiped out. After all, as a sword cultivator, they can only kill people and not save people. At most, they threaten other Dao sects to do something wrong, otherwise the Wang family will be destroyed, and they can kill people without any scruples. Calm down. I respect you two as elders, but you are so blind that you protect this evil force that thrives by practicing dual cultivation. You don't know the etiquette, but you dare to refuse the head of the ancient clan. You even said that the ancient clan is like dogs and cannot enter. The man who was a sword cultivator clasped his fists. Sorry, the Wang family is prosperous, and it is inevitable that there will be one or two ignorant people. I guess it may be that there was a conflict between your ancient clan and the Wang family in that ancient battlefield, which caused heavy casualties in the Wang family, so some clan members talked nonsense. The man cursed the head of the Wang family in his heart. Is he really clear about his position? He chose to solve the problem peacefully for the sake of you and your wife. He gave you face and participated in your peace banquet, but you just refused him and dared to insult the head of the Changqing family. Even he felt it was too much. The Wui Daotong values face the most. If this matter is not handled well, it will be troublesome. The commotion was too big, and the head of the Wang family had to come out and bow to Gu Gon in person to apologize. What's the use of having more lives? You are incompetent, but you still want to interfere with opportunities. You know your own limitations. I don't know how a waste like you has come to this point. Gu Gon sneered and turned away. I thought that this head of the Wang family would make Gu Gon feel thorny, but I didn't expect that he was even more brainless than Yi Hao and Lin Chun. This person has no scheming, and his emotions are expressed on his face. He is completely fearless, but the reason why he can achieve today's achievements is that the golden finger behind him definitely has his own independent thinking. Only then can he support this kind of waste who is full of dual cultivation and childbearing to the current height. After this incident, Qin Yi, Huangfu Wuji, Xiao Gangang, Li Ren and other Taoist leaders also chose to leave the Wang family. Later, other forces that were friendly with the 5 major Taoist sects refused to participate in the peace banquet of the Wang family. It means that they will go to war with the Wang family. The main reason why the Wang family is hostile to the ancient clan is that the ancient clan killed many Wang family members in the ancient battlefield. They are also in the alliance of the ancient clan, but they don't want to hear the Wang family say things like the Holy Land of Tai and dogs are not allowed to enter. Gu Gan and others left the city of Bingdi, but did not go far. Fellow Daoist Gu, you seem to be hiding something from us. Qin Yi was thoughtful and noticed that Gu Gan's attitude towards the Wang family was very subtle. Xiao Xiaojiang laughed. Brother Gu Gan, if you want to destroy the Wang family, Shenyuan sword sect and Li family are very happy to form an alliance with the Gu clan again. Today's Shenyuan sword sect and Li family can be regarded as having a certain relationship with the Gu clan. Gu Gan's eyes moved slightly. If the Wang family is to be destroyed, wait a minute, this pair of legendary sword cultivators needs to be dealt with. Of course, even the ancestors of our 5 major sects are at risk of falling. It is easy to imagine that this pair of legendary sword cultivators is extremely powerful. Even with their injured bodies, they have surpassed the extreme realm of their ancestors. A lean camel is bigger than a horse, but what if you threaten your son? Chapter 65 An important chess piece. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Inside the Wang family's residence, the head of the Wang family has a very harmonious relationship with the leaders of the various great powers. Main content: build the teleportation array first. After all, if you want to be rich, build roads first. The truth remains unchanged no matter which world it is placed in. As for the grievances on the far battlefield, they have all been put aside. After all, the main Wang family suffered heavy losses in that war, but if the Wang family wants to be completely accepted, they have to bring something with them. In this regard, the gift from the head of the Wang family is the characteristic of the Wang family. The Wang family, that's right, I'll send it to the Wang family. At first, those in power naturally disagreed. After all, we have no shortage of toys, let alone disciples. How many souls are trying to get into their Taoist practice? How can they agree? However, when they were told that these Wang family members all had top-notch cultivation talents, and the eldest ones were all 5 years old, the leaders of the various sects could not sit still. When they saw a group of young Wang family members being brought up, their eyes were filled with shock and surprise. 9-star hegemonic body. Xianin holy body. Luck immortal body. The body of gods and demons. The head of the Wang family smiled brightly and enthusiastically introduced everyone to the powerful figures, like introducing each product. Then he promised, please pray for my fellow Taoists. Although we belong to the Wang family, we are still young. We must be good to you, and we will definitely be loyal to you to the death. Facing so many top-notch cultivating physiques, it actually made the leaders of the various Dao lineages somewhat suspicious. What kind of bloodline does this Wang family have, and how can it produce so many top-notch physiques? The head of the Wang family was originally very proud, but suddenly his mood became melancholy. We are the most talented disciples of the Wang family in recent years, but our Wang family has limited resources and cannot give you the best cultivation environment. So I, Wang, just hope that after we rise, if you want to go back to the family to visit, please don't stop me. After all, you are members of my Wang family. As he said this, the head of the Wang family looked like he was in tears. Just like a father who cannot send his children to school, he sells his children to others so that the children can have better space to grow up. Although I don't know what kind of medicine the head of the Wang family sells in his gourd, there is nothing wrong with the physical constitution of these dolls, so they all agreed to give these dolls with top-notch physiques to me. And everyone was overjoyed. No one in power would reject a young talent, even if they know there must be something fishy involved. They still have ways to make these dolls completely forget about the Wang family. Seeing the joyful expressions of the powerful leaders, the head of the Wang family sneered in the depths of his eyes under the sadness. Let go. Once the S have sucked their fill of blood from you, they will return to the Wang family sooner or later. After knowing what happened at the banquet with Dakian through the Wang family under his control, he was completely certain, the golden finger of the head of the Wang family is definitely the system. It is also called the domain evil, otherwise, it is impossible for all products under the law of heaven to have such heaven-defying reproduction skills. Qin Yi couldn't help but become more curious when she saw the smile on Gan's lips. Fellow Taoist, what are you waiting for? Qian turned his head and looked behind him. Waiting for a chess piece that can threaten the pair of legendary sword monks. After hearing what Gan said, even Xiao Yuangang and Li Ren looked surprised and looked behind. As Li Zhenhan's elders, everyone felt that Li Zhenhan was approaching quickly. Ha! Father, sect master, are you all here? Li Zhenhan and Li Waner came with swords. Seeing that the 5 powerful people of the Qian dynasty have reunited, I can't help but be a little surprised. Are they going to kill the enemy together? Xiao Yuangang and Li Ren focused their attention on Li Waner. They looked at each other and saw the shock in each other's eyes. Waner, it seems that you have got a big opportunity. Li Ren opened, with a look of relief on his face, but there was some complexity deep in his eyes. Xiao Yuangang nodded. Waner, you did the right thing. The inner sword is the most suitable for you. But is your progress too fast? Li Waner did not understand the meaning of Xiao Yuangang and Li Ren's words, and clasped her fists in salute. Thanks to senior brother Kuan, he allowed me to face my true self and made my sword clear. Not only did he save my life, but he also gave me my precious sword. Pill has a great opportunity. At this time, Li Waner carried a terrifying sword intent. It was obvious that he had just transferred to the inner sword practice not long ago, but his sword intention had vaguely reached the 6th level of perfection. If this trend continues, let alone surpassing Li Zhenhan in the future, even if he surpasses the pair of legendary sword monks who suppressed an era, it will only be a matter of time. Xiao Yuangang frowned slightly when he noticed Lin Chen being bundled with rice dumplings by Li Zhenhan. Real man, why did you arrest? Xiao Yuangang knew Lin Chen, a little guy who he disliked very much. After all, Lin Chen actually kidnapped his daughter. Originally, Li Zhenhan and Xiao Ling'er were destined to take their relationship to the next level with the Li family, which can be regarded as a closer relationship. Just because of this kid, I almost lost the face-to-face. Li Ren also persuaded Xiao Ling'er more than once to stay away from this kid, but as a father, the more he said this, the more rebellious Xiao Ling'er became. Just like the daughter I raised through hard work, she is tall and graceful. She grows up with the eldest son of an aristocratic family and can have a happy marriage in the future. Then suddenly one day, my daughter brought back a yellow-haired boy. Although I hate Lin Chen, he is a disciple of Shenyuan sword sect, so there must be a reason. Li Zhenhan clasped his fists, replying to the sect master. I found that Lin Chen was actually an evil sword cultivator in a secret realm of the sword tomb and was fusing the evil sword pill. Xiao Yuangang nodded and did not ask Li Zhenhan if he had any evidence. Li Zhenhan's intentions were naturally clear to him. He was a very honest child and would never do evil things to harm his fellow disciples because of Xiao Ling'er. In that case, why not just kill him? Xiao Yuangang was a little surprised. Li Zhenhan looked at Wang Gan and clasped his fists and said, Senior Wang, brother Wang Kuan said that I should hand him over to you for disposal. Xiao Yuangang and Li Ren were both very surprised. What did Wang Gan want to do with a mere disciple of the sword sect? Could it be that a waste from the lower world would threaten the legendary sword cultivators? It was too ridiculous. It is estimated that Lin Chen's protagonist aura was showing off, and Xiao Ling'er happened to return from the Twin City at this time. She was holding a magic tool that could play videos, and it was a special product of Japanese animation. As a member of the mysterious world, she was naturally interested in this, especially she couldn't resist the love story. Originally, she wanted to share something interesting with her father. Suddenly, she saw the tide Lin Chen falling into the hands of the man, and her heart suddenly trembled. Brother Lin. To be continued. Chapter 66 Xiao Ling'er and Lin Chen break up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiao Ling'er never expected that when she met Lin Chen again, he would look so miserable. Xiao Ling'er was different from Huangfu Shiyun. She hadn't let go of Lin Chen yet. After all, the reason why he left in the first place was because he didn't want to continue taking risks with Lin Chen. Men are flirtatious, and so are women. At this time, Xiao Ling'er loved Li Zhenhan, who was so good to her, but she also still had fresh memories of Lin Chen, who made her emotions fluctuate violently. So when I saw this scene, I immediately wanted Gu Gan to let Lin Chen go. Senior Gu, What did Brother Lin do wrong? That when Xiao Ling'er learned from Li Zhenhan that Lin Chen was an evil sword cultivator, he immediately refuted it. Impossible. We have gotten along so well with Brother Lin. It is absolutely impossible for him to be an evil sword cultivator. Xiao Ling'er's voice was sharp and she didn't believe Li Zhenhan's words at all. Seeing this scene, Li Zhenhan felt more and more that Gu Kun was right. Now Lin Chen has not yet risen, yet Xiao Ling'er is so attracted to him. If he waits for Lin Chen to rise, he will not be able to kick himself away. However, Li Zhenhan was puzzled. Why didn't he just kill Lin Chen when he had such a good opportunity before? Li Zhenhan sighed, "Junior sister, you have misjudged Lin Chen. Do you know what he said when he faced a desperate situation?" "What?" Li Zhenhan's face was full of anger. "He said that the reason why he got close to you was because of your cultivation resources." Xiao Ling'er's heart ached when she heard Li Zhenhan's words. "Impossible, Brother Lin is not that kind of person." Xiao Ling'er naturally didn't believe it. Gu Gan woke up Lin Chen. "Brother Lin," when Xiao Ling'er saw Lin Chen waking up, she was about to untie Lin Chen's rope. But the rope on Lin Chen's body was a high-grade fairy weapon, and Xiao Ling'er couldn't untie it at all. "Senior brother, do you believe me? Lin Chen is definitely not an evil sword cultivator. There must be a misunderstanding." Xiao Ling'er persuaded Li Zhenhan in a pleading voice. When Lin Chen woke up and realized his situation, he was immediately relieved, as if grasping a life-saving straw. "Ling'er, I was wronged," Li Zhenhan scolded. "Lin Chen, how can you still have the nerve to attack your junior sister? At the sword tomb before, you clearly admitted that it was because your junior sister was the daughter of the sect leader that you approached her. This was for the sake of her benefits resources." Lin Chen naturally denied it. "You guys forced me to do this. Ling'er, you must believe me." Xiao Gang's eyes gleamed with danger. Li Zhenhan will definitely not lie. In other words, this kid really got close to Xiao Ling'er because of Xiao Ling'er's identity, and defrauded her of money, sex, and love. But Xiao Ling'er couldn't help but believe in Lin Chen. With tears in her eyes, Xiao Ling'er said to Xiao Gang, "Father, I understand Lin Chen's character. He definitely doesn't get along with him because of his identity." Gu Gan chuckled, "This is not easy, just search for the soul. With your father's cultivation level, even searching for the soul will not have any impact on him." Xiao Ling'er immediately added, "Yes. As long as the soul is searched, we can definitely prove Brother Lin's innocence." But Lin Chen's expression changed. Within his knowledge, there is an unknown secret method of swordsmanship, which is his biggest secret. If he is searched for his soul, Xiao Gang will definitely know about it. If you don't keep it together, you'll do things like murder and seize the treasure. After all, Xiao Gang didn't like him, so it was not impossible to kill him behind Xiao Ling'er's back. Seeing this, Gu Gan smiled and said, "It seems that Lin Chen has something in his heart and really uses Ling'er's niece as a tool." When Xiao Ling'er saw Lin Chen's expression, her heart skipped a beat. "Brother Lin." Lin Chen explained, "There is the secret of in the sea of consciousness, and only needs to prove that is not an evil sword cultivator." Gu Gan is a little funny. At this time, do you still think that this matter can be resolved fairly? Now the nature of the matter has changed for Xiao Gang. Evil sword cultivation is not important. What is important is his daughter. At this time, the clone also rushed over. On the clone's wrist, there is a black sword pattern totem, which is an extraterrestrial magic sword sealed deep in the sword tomb. Gu Kun took out a picture stone. The video of the time at the sword tomb was played. First, Li Zhenhan questioned Lin Chen as an evil sword cultivator, and Xiao Ling'er formed a team just to kill her, but Lin Chen retorted, "Your fart. I'm doing a good job. She's clearly pestering me and holding me back. Do you think I really care about her?" Then, in order to prove his innocence, Lin Chen added, "She is the daughter of the sect master, and she was a casual cultivator before. She needs cultivation resources, that's all." Seeing this scene, Gu Gan asked with a smile, "Lin Chen, I don't think we need you to verify the authenticity of the record on the shadow stone." Lin Chen looked extremely ugly. "You guys forced me to say it. That's enough." Xiao Ling'er's heart was like a knife, and she was extremely distressed. "Brother Lin, you are so disappointing. You have taken with you on adventures before. Clearly said that if you want it, let your father give it to you. But you can just go and die on your own, and you have to take it with you. It turns out that in your heart, it's Da that insists on clinging to you and holding you back. I'm sorry. I'm a bitch, but Xiao Ling'er is unworthy. Xiao Ling'er said sternly, tears already streaming down her face. Chen wanted to explain that if Xiao Ling'er left, he would be dead. Ling'er. Xiao Ling'er interrupted, don't do it, Ling'er, she is a despicable woman, she is not worthy of it. As she said that, Xiao Ling'er turned around and walked away without even a pause. The incarnation patted Li Zhenhan's shoulder. Li Zhenhan reacted and immediately chased after her. Such a great opportunity, Li Zhenhan must seize it, whether he can take advantage of Xiao Ling'er's emptiness and completely occupy her heart. Xiao Xiaojiang's face was extremely ugly. Humph. Boy, Xiao Xiaojiang's daughter was humiliated by you like this, you are really amazing. Seeing that the situation was getting worse, Chen immediately shouted, she is not an evil sword cultivator, but also a disciple of Xianyuan's sword sect. Are you going to kill her just because of such a small matter? Yu Xianyuan sword sect calls itself the Sword Dao sect, but it turns out to be such a despicable sect. Gu Gan laughed, this is the cruel world of cultivation, where you have to talk about background and power everywhere. If you don't have power and background, you would have been crushed to death long ago. Do you know why I still keep you? Gu Gan asked with a smile. Chen sensed the meaning of Gu Gan's words, so. I also have a powerful background. Parents. Chen just remembered that his parents came from the upper realm. Could it be? Gu Gan nodded, yes, not only will I not kill you, I will also help you reunite your parents. Qing Yi, Huang Fu Wuji, and Shi Yuan also reacted. This child is the offspring of the sword cultivation couple. Window _tabula equals window _tabula push mode thumbs feed 01 container tabula below article thumbnail 300x250 placement below article thumbnail 300 by 250 target type mix. Chapter 67. Don't destroy the Wang family, just kill the head of the family. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, the pair of legendary sword cultivators in Bingdi City came towards Gu Gan according to the guidance of their bloodline. Husband, I seem to have noticed Chen'er's aura. It's Chen'er, has he already entered Sanxian Daozhou? He has begun to rise now. But when the two of them saw Chen being tied into a rice dumpling, their expressions suddenly changed. The terrifying sword energy spread toward the heaven and earth, causing the entire world to instantly fill up with countless sword patterns. Chen'er. What do you want to do? Why are you arresting my son? Lin Shanshan said coldly, his eyes sharp, as if he wanted to kill Gu Gan and others on the spot. The ancestors of the ancient clan and the 5 orthodox traditions of the Tai Holy Land appeared one after another, appearing behind Gu Gan, Qin Yi and other powerful people to prevent the Lin family and his wife from taking action. Gu Gan pinched Lin Chen's head with his palm, and with just a little force, Lin Chen would die completely. Capture your son. As a disciple of the Xianyuan sword sect, he wants to kill the sect leader's daughter, and he is an evil swordsman. Even if he kills him, is it reasonable? Gu Gan asked with a smile. With that said, Gu Gan threw the photo album to the Lin family and his wife. When Lin Chen saw his parents, he burst into tears and vented all the grievances in his heart. Dad. Mom. I didn't. After watching the video in the photo album, the Lin family destroyed it. No matter what happens to Lin Chen, it doesn't matter to them. Lin Chen is our biological son. Even if he is really an evil sword cultivator who has killed countless people, we will stand firmly behind Lin Chen and be the enemy of the whole world. Chen'er, don't be afraid, something will happen. Looking at Lin Chen who was crying, Tang Yi, as a mother, burst into tears. Lin calmed down the murderous intention in his heart. You are Gu Gan, the current leader of the ancient clan. As expected, you have an absolute advantage in that ancient battlefield. Tell me what you want, so I can let my son go. Lin Shan's voice was extremely cold. Gu Gan chuckled, let this evil sword cultivator go, of course there is no problem. As long as you leave the Taoist world and intervene in the conflict between us and the Wang family, I will let him go immediately. Gu Gan's request was exactly what Lin Shan expected. However, the Wang family has a life-saving grace for the couple, and it would be against their own will to take care of them, but Lin Chen is his own and only son. With Lin Shan and Tang Yi's cultivation level, it would be extremely difficult to get pregnant again. Bao Qi will only have such a son in the future. Moreover, Lin Chen was a close relative by blood. Even if he had another son, he would not be able to take over Lin Chen's position in the hearts of the couple. At this time, after the head of the Wang family heard what happened, he immediately became anxious and rushed out of the Wang family's residence. Senior Lin, Senior Tang, please don't agree. Don't forget, if it weren't for my Wang family and my Wang Tingchuan, you two would have perished long ago. Lin Shanshan looked happy. If Wang Tingchuan took the initiative to make everyone give up the Wang family, then he would definitely consider it, but Wang Tingchuan came directly to repay the favor, which made Lin Mozhan, who was already a little disgusted with the Wang family, prepare to abandon the Wang family and save his son's life. Master Wang, please forgive me. I only have a son like Chener. Compared with you, I have children and grandchildren all over the world. Lin Shan's voice was a little cold. When Wang Tingchuan heard this, his eyes suddenly lit up. I see, you two seniors can rest assured. Pregnancy is my strong point. As long as you give me a certain amount of time, let alone one, it all depends on the mood of the two seniors. Huangfu Wuji, Xiao Gang, Li, and Gu Gan were all a little bit intolerant of laughter, 10 or hundreds, depending on your mood. You can tell the difference in this kind of situation. Tang Yi, Huangfu Shiyun, Qing Yi, and Shiyuan are women, and they all have good-looking faces. What do you think of these women? Breeding machines? That's enough. My husband and I have repaid a lot of kindness to the Wang family. Now that our son has fallen into the hands of the bad guys, do you want us to watch Chener being killed? Lin Shan was not polite at all. At this moment, Wang Tingchuan's expression changed subtly. After sweeping away the previous panic, he spoke calmly. Senior Lin, Senior Tang, my Wang family has been a life-saving grace to you. Now that my Wang family is in trouble, you just leave as soon as you say, are you worthy of your sword? Since you have decided to go and I, Wang Ju, stopped you, just think that I, Wang Tingchuan, went blind and saved you two ungrateful villains. Kidnapped by morality, Lin Shan and Tang Yi were both ashamed. Chief Gu, the Wang family has saved my life and my wife. If you want to destroy the Wang family, we can do it. Lin Shanshan said, hoping that Gu Gan would lower his demands. At this time, Wang Tingchuan sneered at the various Taoist leaders who came over and said, come and see, this is the method of the patriarch of the ancient clan of 3,000 Taoist governors. To kidnap other people's children as a threat, what a method. Despicable. Facing the transformation of Wang Tingchuan, Gu Gan knew that the current Wang Tingchuan was definitely replaced. It must be the system behind the scenes that took over Wang Tingchuan's body, retained Lin Shanshan in a few words, and also wanted to activate the power of his Taoist tradition to suppress him. The master of the Wuji Immortal Palace was the first to jump out. Gu Gan, if your ancient clan has the ability, just give it a fair fight with the Wang family. What's the point of taking hostages? Yes, there are obviously rules and regulations. The Yuan realm uses S-spirit to attack the juniors. Ancient Patriarch, do you want to break the rules? Now that we have reached a cooperation with the Wang family, Gu Gan, you use this method to overturn the table because your ancient clan cannot profit from it. Xiao Gang naturally stood up to prove for Gu Gan, this boy is a disciple of my Xianyuan sword sect. He has repeatedly put my daughter in danger, and he is also an evil sword cultivator. Li Jin stood up to prove, he was captured by the head of my Li family. It has nothing to do with the head of the Gu family. Even the goddess Shi Yuan stood up to speak for Gu Gan, I can prove it. But even so, the rulers of other sects still did not forgive. After all, they have already benefited from the Wang family and reached a cooperation, but they did not want to be overturned by Gu Gan and others and reshuffled. As for whether Lin Chen is an evil sword cultivator, no one knows. When the discussion died down, Gu Gan said, I am not a bloodthirsty person, but the Wang family just insulted my Gu clan, and they must pay a price. My request is very simple, to destroy the Wang family and only kill this person." Gu Gan pointed at Wang Tingchuan, with murderous intent. Lin Dongshan and Tang Yi were relieved when they heard Gu Gan's words. If only one person is killed, it is indeed no problem, but Wang Tingchuan is naturally willing. The Wang family regards me as the leader. If I die, the Wang family will be destroyed. Wang Tingchuan said coldly. Gu Gan smiled. Everyone wants to die, so how about this, let's have a fight between you and me. As both of us are in the realm of emperors, you may not lose. You will definitely kill me. Do you dare to accept the challenge? To be continued. Chapter 68 Confession. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wang Tingchuan's eyes were filled with uncertainty. This leader of the Qiandazu clan was something he couldn't see through. First, in the distant battlefield, he ruined his own good and caused the death of thousands of royal family elites. Now they are taking hostages and forcing the two most powerful guests of the Wang family away. This person is too evil. For Wang Tingchuan, Gan is a big villain who needs to put the Wang family in danger. What? Don't you agree with this? Asked with a dry smile, Lin Yushan and Tang Yi felt that it was completely acceptable to Daqian's request. After all, Wang Qian and Wang Tingchuan are both in the Xingdi realm. Although they are different in cultivation, the head of the Wang family can be as successful as he is now, so he naturally has a lot of trump cards. Even if there is a fight, it is still unclear who will win and who will lose. In their view, their son, who threatened him, is just a person. With Wang Tingchuan's strength, if all his cards are used, he might be able to kill him. If a person with no orthodoxy can be killed fairly, it will definitely play a key role in the future of the Wang family and completely consolidate the position of the Wang family. Master Wang, I think this is feasible. We have seen your strength as a couple. You must have faith in yourself. Lin Yushan persuaded Wang Tingchuan. Wang Tingchuan yelled at Lin Yushan, it's not you who fight to the death. It doesn't hurt to stand and talk, said with a dry smile. If you don't agree, kill this evil sword cultivator now, and destroy your Wang family on the grounds that your Wang family insults the clan. Wang Tingchuan knew it very well. Don't look at those who have negotiated cooperation with the Wang family and seem to be supporting the Wang family, but if there is a real fight, they will definitely reap the benefits and carve up the Wang family. Wang Qian also knew that other Taoist leaders were afraid of Wang Tingchuan's ability, being able to give birth to so many extremely talented children. If he is given time in the future, he will definitely rise to become one of the overlords of Qiandazu. I don't mind becoming their weapon and helping them eliminate the Wang family, a potentially powerful competitor. Master Wang, whether you agree or not, for the sake of our son, our husband and wife, I have no choice but to feel sorry for you. Lin Yushan wailed when he saw Lin Chen holding his hands dry, and immediately turned on Wang Tingchuan. The palms of Gan began to exert force, allowing Lin Yushan and Tang Yi to force Wang Tingchuan to make a choice. Wang Tingchuan agreed with a gloomy face. I need to make sure that the fight with you is absolutely fair, and no other living beings are allowed to get involved. Of course, absolutely fair. Gan nodded. Wang Tingchuan added, there is another requirement. When I fight with you, no one can know about it, and the secret of my body cannot be known by the third person besides you. If you agree, we will fight to the death. Smiled dryly. This is what he had to do. Everyone has secrets, and no one wants to be known by the third person. No problem. In Bingti City, the holy array and artifacts are activated again. All living beings in the Xingdi realm have left Bingti City. It seems that the head of the Wang family has a big secret. But we must win. I would rather let Qian Daozhou have one more Wadao lineage, rather than let the clan benefit from the rise and overwhelm the Wuji Immortal Palace. Qian still has some tricks up his sleeve. He first took the lead in the distant battlefield and took most of the benefits. Now that he has captured the pair of legendary sword cultivators, and uses them as a threat, is it possible that he can really fight against the Wang family alone? Isn't the reason why I let the Wang family go because of the pair of legendary sword cultivators? However, because I lost my fortune, I offended the sword cultivator couple for the sake of the Wang family's profit. I'm not afraid of retaliation. The center of the sky in Bingdi City, there is a 9-color world with endless space. Both Qian and Wang Tingchuan entered it, and at the same time sealed the world to prevent other creatures from discovering their secrets. The person who controls this body now shouldn't be Wang Tingchuan, right? He asked with a dry smile, not in a hurry to take action. Wang Tingchuan's eyes flashed with strange light, but he was also in no hurry to take action. Verbal test, would like to know why you are so hostile to. Maybe we can still be friends. Gan shook his head, we can't be friends. Only one person can walk out today. Of course, means is and the real Wang Tingchuan, excluding you, the extraterritorial evil demon. Gan's eyes were sharp, as if he had seen through Wang Tingchuan's true nature and was thoroughly understood. After hearing what Gan said, Wang Tingchuan's expression did not change, showing doubts. What kind of extraterrestrial evil demon? What did the clan leader misunderstand? Wang Tingchuan thought that Daqian was deceiving him. After all, he had seen Shiyuan, the prehistoric goddess, beside Daqian before and knew some things about the system. If you let Daogan report to heaven and lose this battle without a fight, you will definitely be wiped out by heaven. But what he said next made Wang Tingchuan's expression completely change, raised his hand, revealing the black sword pattern totem on his wrist, an extremely evil force, but filled with infinite yang source and fierce sword intent, spread out. Back then, the abyss demonic sword transformed from a totem into substance and was suspended in front of Daqian. When Kuan's clone came before, he had already transferred the abyss demonic sword from himself to his main body. GGG. Evil laughter came from the abyss demonic sword, but it stopped abruptly. Crack! Dan slapped the abyss demon sword with his palm. Don't laugh at such evil, the real villains are all gentle and polite, understand. Wang Tingchuan saw the abyss demon sword and immediately understood. He felt a familiar breath on the abyss demon sword, knowing that the other party was from the outside world like himself. They were of the same kind. Not only that, this sword was of the same kind as the outside world, and mastered the terrible source of killing. I can feel the terrible power contained in the other party, and its pure killing is enough to kill myself now. The self here is not Wang Tingchuan, but the system that controls Wang Tingchuan's body now. The abyss demon sword is not a system, but it also comes from the outside world, and both have will, and are also defined as the evil demon of the outside world. The difference is that the abyss demon sword entered this universe accidentally, while the system was a malicious invasion. The abyss demon sword can also absorb the original law of the universe, but it is relatively simple, only killing. And it is the self-comprehension of the original law of killing. The system is stealing, and no one knows what purpose it has. It seems that you are already very clear about all this. The purpose is very simple, let you do whatever you want. Wang Tingchuan was about to speak, and he saw his face twisted and his eyes became extremely angry. Impossible. He smiled and knew that it was Wang Tingchuan, the traverser, who regained the initiative of the body. In this way, the system is a vassal, and Wang Tingchuan is the leader. It's just that this traverser doesn't seem to have a good brain, especially based on the Japanese kimonos, various Japanese cultural products, and the anime called Yuan Kong that I saw in the Wang family mansion before. I can be sure that this guy is a crazy fan of the Japanese second dimension. Window, _tabula equals window, _tabula. Push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula, below, article, thumbnail, 300x250, placement, below article thumbnail, 300 by 250, target type, mix. Chapter 69 The Domineering and Powerful Magic Sword, and the Even More Domineering and Invincible Goo. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yen Wang has so many beautiful ancient-style clothes, but he doesn't go for custom-made clothes. Even if he kills such a fellow villager, he will not have any psychological burden. So your purpose is for my Duoduofu system. I will never let you do what you want. Wang Ting took out a sword of artifact level. Gu Gan's eyes were jealous. This guy has given birth to so many descendants, and the system rewards are countless. He must have a lot of good things on him. Artifact? You haven't even stained blood. I doubt whether you can fight at all. The Abyss Demon Sword sneered, "It has cut countless artifacts like this." Gugan raised his hand to stop the Abyss Demon Sword, which was ready to move. It wanted to fight too much. "Don't worry, let me say a few words to my fellow villager." Gugan coughed dryly, and the language turned into standard Earth Yanhuang language. The languages of the three provinces are not much different from Mandarin, and the fonts are also very similar, but in general, there are still some differences. "Hello, fellow countrymen, I am also from Earth." Gugan showed a kind smile. "It's not easy to meet a fellow countryman, so you have to chat first, and it doesn't matter if you rob him later." Wang Ting was stunned at first, and then spit out, "Ko-Nigwa." Wang Ting felt that Gugan's words were very familiar, and he was a little uncertain, so he said something Japanese. The smile on Gugan's face quickly faded. The Yanhuang old family who originally thought that the other party liked Japanese culture thought that after robbing him, he would erase his memory, keep him alive, and continue to be the head of the Wang family as his puppet. Anyway, with his stupidity, he couldn't make much trouble, but now Gugan knows where the problem lies. This fucking Japanese. Gugan recalled the insulting words that the Wang family said to him in front of the Wang family gate before. "The ancient people and dogs are not allowed to enter." It can't help but associate the Yanhuang people with the barbarians when they were still weak. "Chinese and dogs are not allowed to enter." As a Yanhuang person, Gugan's anti-Japanese gene broke out. "No more words." Grabbed the hilt of the Abyss Demon Sword, his eyes full of murderous intent. "Kill him." That the Abyss Demon Sword was excited. He. "Kill all the creatures in front of me." Wang Ting felt the incomparable terrible murderous intent and was stunned on the spot. Even if he was in the realm of the living emperor, and the cultivation method was extremely powerful, he also had strong cultivation qualifications, and the system was stuffed with a lot of top-level magical powers. In terms of actual combat, he was not inferior to any creature in any realm, but when Wang Ting was in Japan, he was just a fat otaku, hiding in his room. Every day watching anime and recording, and never fought, and after crossing into the Left Dao realm, when he encountered danger, he gave full authority to the system to take over his body. When he was pretending at most, he crushed his opponents with absolute strength, burst out with terrible power to suppress his opponents and slap his targets in the face, and when Gugan was on Earth, he was the #1 gangster in Yanhuang, because he killed too many people and did countless bad things. He wanted to do a few good things at this time, and helped the old lady who fell on the road. As a result, the Truck Emperor seized the opportunity and sent him through to the head of the Gu clan who just died because of practicing for the flesh of the Xingdi realm. Gugan has already mastered it, and it seems that his fighting talent is born at the maximum level. In particular, he also holds the Abyss Demon Sword, and the terrible aura of the origin of killing is fully open, revealing an endless sea of corpses and blood behind Gugan. Wang Ting was so frightened that he held the magic sword horizontally in front of him. In the end, the system took over Wang Ting's body and used a precious teleportation talisman to appear in a safe area in the small world. "Don't rush to attack, we can talk first. I have bound him. If you kill him, I will also perish." Wang Ting. To be precise, the system said, but Gugan didn't listen at all. "I will kill the Japanese." A big battle broke out instantly. The system rewarded Wang Ting with all the trump cards, but it was not enough to face Gugan holding the Abyss Demon Sword. The artifact is powerful, but it is suppressed by the Abyss Demon Sword with the origin of killing. In terms of grade, the material of the Abyss Demon Sword has long surpassed the scope of artifacts, or it has surpassed the scope of this universe. Not only that, the Abyss Demon Sword can also switch to the sword pill form. Gugan tried it. The Abyss Demon Sword in his hand quickly shrank, and its form changed from substance to energy body, turning into a black sword ball. "In the killing demon realm, I am the only one." That the Abyss Demon Sword laughed wildly and evilly, and the sound was extremely sharp, and the scarlet and grey killing field unfolded. Gugan didn't need to take action, he just needed to watch the performance of the Abyss Demon Sword. The main reason was that Gugan was not a sword cultivator and had no sword intention. In an instant, the black sword ball differentiated into hundreds of millions of sword lights, almost covering the entire killing demon realm, and all killed Wang Ting. "Damn it, do you really want to kill me?" The system roared. Wang Ting, who was controlled by the system, was actually very strong and had countless trump cards. but the abyss demon's sword was too strong, and it was quickly defeated, pierced through the body by the sword light, and fainted. When the abyss demon's sword was about to give a fatal blow, Gu-gon cut off his own supply of immortal essence, leaving the abyss demon's sword without an energy source. "Okay, that's enough, you brainless thing, can't you see that I don't want to kill him?" Gu-gon scolded. The abyss demon's sword was in high spirits and didn't even want to obey Gu-gon's orders. "No creature I've targeted has survived yet," the abyss demon's sword said, turning into a black sword light and rushing straight to kill Wang, who fell from the sky and earth. This is the bad thing about the demon soldiers. They don't listen at all and especially like to devour their masters, but they are really powerful. Gu-gon snorted coldly. "You ignorant thing, if I don't show you some color, do you really think that I, Gu-gon, am your vassal?" As he spoke, a black sun appeared behind Gu-gon. The Sun Supreme body cooperated with the Yang Qinquan Ju and the terrifying Yang source burst out from his body. He took a step forward and appeared in front of the abyss demon's sword. With a palm slap, a black sun fell behind him, suppressing the abyss demon's sword under the earth. "Humble domain evil spirit, I use you, I think highly of you, don't take yourself too seriously." Gu-gon looked down from above. Gu-gon's strength is not comparable to Wang Ting's. The killing origin of the abyss demon's sword is indeed powerful, but it has been sealed for countless years. Now it can only absorb the Yang source from Gu-gon to recover. As he said, Gu-gon raised his hand to stop Wang Ting from falling to the continent and grabbed him in front of him. "Okay, he is unconscious now, come out and talk." Gu-gon said to the system, to be continued, window_tabula equals window_tabula .push mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula, below, article, thumbnail, 300x250, placement, below article thumbnail, 300 by 250, target_type, mix. Chapter 70 Born Villain, Hunting Time Travelers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. To be honest, I am bound to a piece of trash. If I could leave, I would love it. A strange force of rules surged out of Wang Tingchuan's body. Gu-gon couldn't see it, and when his spiritual consciousness swept over it, there was nothing there. The system is not some kind of object or life, but a complex group of regular factors. It can only be seen by the host if it is bound to it. Regarding the information transmitted by the system, Gu-gon smiled noncommittally. "Before, I felt that Wang Tingchuan was sometimes as stupid as a pig, and sometimes as smart as an old weirdo. It turned out to be like this, that's right. You can't expect a fat man from the Japanese country to be very smart." Gu-gon could already guess what Wang Tingchuan was doing when he crossed over to the left world. In addition to his mindless pretense, he kept taking concubines, marrying wives, and having children, relying on the rewards given by the system. You only need to enjoy life every day. Gu-gon now understands why exterminates these extraterritorial evil spirits, like Wang Tingchuan, who is bound to the system. He is a complete waste, and he is still a dead waste, but he can possess two divine weapons. It is too unfair for other living beings, and this is just an artifact, not including other materials, treasures, various bonus training resources, and system rewards. You can eat and drink well every day, and live a life that is more enjoyable than that of an emperor. You don't need to have your own independent will, and you all rely on the system to complete tasks. Let you marry whoever you want, let you give birth to as many children as you want. You can become stronger by marrying a wife, and you can be rewarded by giving birth to children. How comfortable your life is. They are indeed trash. What good things can come out of the Japanese country? They are a group of primitive barbarians with genetic defects. Gu-gon nodded, agreeing with the system's words. Gu-gon now knows why Wang Tingchuan is so perverted that he can even give away his own children, especially those queens who have no talent, but are very handsome, beautiful, and have perfect figures, use their bodies to curry favor with the arrogant people of 3,000 states. In particular, some of them were the wives and concubines of Wang Tingchuan. They were simply moral distortions and loss of humanity, but after knowing that Wang Tingchuan was from Japan, Gu-gon was relieved. As for the Japanese country, Gu-gon knows it very well. Many forbidden loves such as mother and son, father and daughter, brother and sister, and even nanny and grandson are all prevalent in the Japanese country, without any sense of etiquette, justice and shame. Tell me, how can I break the bond with this waste and make him my tool and use it for me? Gu Gan asked. The situation is clear now. As long as the binding between Wang Tingchuan and the Duozi-Duofu system is released, the Duozi-Duofu system can recognize Gu Gan as the main one. The system is bound to the traveler because the traveler's fate does not belong to this universe and can avoid detection by the road. You should also be a time traveler. I wonder what your golden finger is. The system understood a lot and directly asked Gu Gan about his golden finger. Gu Gan thought for a while. I am from the sect, and my identity is the leader of the ancient clan of immortality. This should be my golden finger, right? That the system denied. It doesn't count. You don't have a golden finger. Why did Zhu Xingdao send you here? The system was speechless. Gu Gan was even more helpless. He didn't know. I couldn't help complaining. I didn't know that I was doing well as a gangster on Earth, but suddenly a truck rushed over. Damn! You didn't even give me a golden finger, so I had to fight hard with my hard-working hands. Regarding Gu Gan's complaints, the system grasped the key points. Are you a gangster in the ancestral planet? Have you ever killed the child of destiny? Gu Gan thought for a while. We destroyed a family named Yi and let the only son of the Yi family run away. There was also a woman who pretended to be the eldest lady in front of me. I gave her to my subordinates to be reincarnated. She said her boyfriend's surname is Gu, and there is a young miracle doctor named Su who is related to a school beauty whom I raised and said I look good. System was shocked and speechless when he heard that Gu Gan had offended the surnames of the lucky sons of Zuxing, such as Yi, Gu, Su, Qin, Lin, and Chen. You actually survived until now? The system held it in for a long time, and couldn't believe that Gu Gan could survive until now. He was hit by a truck and did not die at the hands of the protagonist. If you were any other sect, if you offended anyone, you would be dead, and your death would be very miserable. Gu Gan coughed dryly. It was all old Huang Li. Qian Gu Gan didn't pay much attention. After all, he offended many people, but there are indeed so-called ancient warriors on the earth. Could it be that if continues to stay on the earth, when the protagonist becomes stronger, he may be killed in minutes? I don't care about the details. It's all a matter of sesame seeds and rotten millet. Let's discuss changing the host. Wait, don't worry about this, let me figure it out first. The system felt that it was a bit confused and missed the point. There is no doubt that people like Gu Gan were a big sect in the city before time travel, and they offended a group of lucky people. Giving him 100 lives would not be enough for the protagonists to kill him, but the ancestral star Dao sent him to this universe with the help of the Truck Emperor. What did he want to do? A sect without a golden finger. He is not bound by any rules and all depends on his own strength. The time of chaos in this universe is coming. The system grasped the key point and instantly understood what Zhu Xingdao was doing by sending Gu Gan here. Do you know why the pair of sword cultivators fell here from ancient times? The system suddenly asked. Gu Gan shook his head. He really didn't know this. They made friends with a traverser who also had a system in the ancient wilderness, and were defined as accomplices of the evil demons from outside the domain, and were hunted down here. Gu Gan nodded, knowing that the system was not talking about this. The system said again, I noticed before that the sword cultivator you caught also had great luck, and should be the son of luck. Although your luck pillar is covered by the Hongmeng purple air, I can still see that it has turned black. The black luck pillar represents a traverser with a pi system. And you don't have a pi system, which means you have killed a son of luck. Gu Gan nodded and did not deny it. What do you want to say? Gu Gan asked. The system continued. What I want to say is that you were born with the fate of the pi, and the reason why you were sent here by the Zuxing without any golden fingers is that your real mission is to hunt other traversers. To be continued.